for later. There we go. So happy Friday, first of all. We're almost to the weekend. Yay. I have a lot of information to share with you all today. I've prepared a presentation, and then we have Jarrett here today who is going to go over some loan stuff a little bit later. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. If you all ever have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I might not get to them right away, or you can just unmute yourself and shout them out. It's totally fine if you interrupt me. It's no big deal at all. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you all. Can you all see this okay? Awesome, thanks, Jarrett. Okay, I put together a fun little presentation. Go. Oops. That's not good. There we go. Okay. Are we good? Can everyone see it? Awesome. Okay, so like I said, lots of information today, lots of cool opportunities coming up that I want you all to know about. So here we just have some funding opportunities, resources, and some other things I just want to talk about within ventures. So coming up here, we have, in a lot of these grants and things, just be mindful about eligibility. This is something I tell a lot of people. Some of these criteria are really important. So you want to make sure that you're actually eligible to apply beforehand. This whole presentation will be sent out to all of you, and all of these links are clickable, and all the information you can go directly to. So the Small Business Disaster Relief Fund is coming up. It's already open. The deadline is coming up at the end of March. So basically, these are for folks who've experienced like flooding, earthquakes within their small business. I don't know how many of you all would apply to this, but you never know if your business has gone through some sort of wonky thing and you're really needing funding. This would be a good one to look out for. They have quite a bit of money going out. And here you can see they're going to ask you for a lot of documents. So you're going to need your W-9, your tax returns, your business license, pretty much your standard things that you all should have. And I took a brief look at the application. It's not too extensive. It actually looks pretty easy, but you do have to kind of talk about what your business went through, if there's any property damage, things like that. So this is a good one to look out for if this applies to you. I know it might not apply to everyone, but I wanted to put it in there just in case. Or if you know someone that this applies to, it's a really good one to send out to your friends, family, whatever. And just keep in mind, the Department of Commerce is such a great resource. I check their website all the time. They're always putting up new grants, new loan opportunities. They have a huge resource hub. They're really great at responding quickly. Some of these folks can take a while to get back to you, or they don't pick up, and it can be really frustrating. But in my experience, Department of Commerce has always been really good at getting back to you. So just if you are looking for funding in particular, I would check Department of Commerce pretty often. So this one is really fun, and I hope that some of you apply for it. This is the Puget Sound Women's Pitch Contest for 2023. So I'm sure most of you know about InnoVentures. It's kind of in that same vein. Basically, you're gonna write a pitch, and it'll tell you the format on their website about what they want. It's pretty lengthy. It can be 15 pages long, which sounds, like a small book, but you can get all your information in there. So what you'll do is you'll do a written pitch about your business, why you need funding, what you'll use it for. You send in your written pitch. They'll look that over, and if you make it to the next round, you get to do an in-person pitch, which is really cool. InnoVentures was a really great opportunity for me to see people do pitches. It's really great practice for your business if you just want to get up and talk about what you're doing. And it's really fun. I don't know. I think it would be a really great opportunity. for business owners to talk about their business, practice public speaking, things like that. So this one, the deadline is at the end of March as well. So you have quite a bit of time, a whole month to kind of get this in, think about it. They do announce the winners in late April. I had a little bit of a difficult time finding exactly how much money you would be awarded, but I do think it's around like the 5,000 mark, which is really great. Yeah, this one would be really fun. I highly suggest if you fit into this, look into it. I know it's kind of nerve-wracking. People don't like to do that all the time. You know, standing up, talking about your business and yourself is tough, but I think it's really cool. It'd be a great thing to tell people, hey, I won a pitch contest. Come on, that's awesome. So if you apply to this, I think you should totally check it out. Okay, I want to talk about the Small Business Flex Fund. This is a loan that has been going on for a really long time, but it's still, it's still open. So a lot of people, this is a rolling application. This has been open for quite some time. They have a ton of funding. So loans are different than grants, right? This is definitely something that you'll want to think about. But it's a great loan opportunity if you really are looking for funding. The interest rates are pretty low. The criteria is super easy, fewer than 50 employees, revenue less than 3 million. And basically, if you have experienced hardship from COVID-19, which everyone has, so that makes that pretty easy. This one will be, I have a feeling will be going on for a while. It's been open, like I said, for a long time. There's a ton of funding. The process for this is a little robust, I will say. There's a lot of documents that you need, proof, all of that. I have a lot of experience working with this loan. Within Ventures, we did a lot of outreach to people who weren't necessarily our clients. So if you ever want to set up a meeting with me one-on-one to talk more about this, I'm more than happy to do that. I had to kind of dig deep into this earlier in the year, so I feel like I know the ins and outs, and people were having trouble with certain things within this loan process that I've run into that I'm more than happy to help with, especially surrounding your UEI number, your business number, things like that. So if this is something you're interested in and you want to know more about it, or you even want to look at the application together, I'm more than happy to do that with you all. I also have coaching hours, so you can always reach out to me. We can schedule a meeting. Yeah, this is a great opportunity. Again, it's not a grant, it's a loan. So you are going to have to pay this back, but they make it really easy to pay back. Their payments are pretty easy to make, but definitely something you want to think about. I know we have a lot of business owners who have been thinking about applying for this, but are a little nervous because it is a loan. A lot of people haven't applied for loans before and are a little hesitant too. So this is a good opportunity. If you want to work together one-on-one, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm going to go ahead and just play this little video for you all. It's super short. Let me know if you can hear it.
This presentation will inform you of the Small Business Flex Fund, which is designed to help Washington's smallest businesses and nonprofits grow. Small businesses and nonprofits are the heartbeat of Washington's communities. The Small Business Flex Fund is a simple, low interest, and flexible loan for Washington's smallest businesses and nonprofits. Whether childcare centers, healthcare service providers, restaurants, local farms, or community-based nonprofits, small and local organizations provide essential goods and services while creating jobs that contribute to the health of our statewide economy. Simply put, the Small Business Flex Fund will let Washington's smallest businesses and nonprofits dream bigger. The Small Business Flex Fund was developed in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. To be eligible to apply, small businesses and nonprofits must employ 50 or fewer full-time employees, have annual revenues of less than $3 million a year, and experience direct economic disruption as a result of the pandemic. The Small Business Flex Fund is truly a small business friendly loan. A majority of multi-ethnic businesses are micro and small businesses. The Flex Fund was created to meet the unique challenges that Washington's smallest businesses and nonprofits face when trying to get the money they need to sustain or grow. Applicants will experience an easy process, low interest rates, longer payback timelines, lenders inclined to approve, and experts dedicated to your business's success. The Small Business Flex Fund helps our communities become stronger with thriving small businesses. Many small businesses and nonprofits in Washington state experience significant barriers to accessing the financial resources they need to develop and grow, and the COVID-19 pandemic only made things harder. This is especially true for organizations in low-income areas and those led by women and people of color. The Small Business Flex Fund is supported by the Washington State Department of Commerce and was created to provide access to growth capital for smaller local businesses and nonprofits that need it most, ensuring a greater economic recovery for all of Washington. In 2021, the program provided over $17.5 million in low interest loans to over 200 small businesses and nonprofits across the state. Designed to help you access funds at a competitive interest rate, the Small Business Flex Fund has a network of local community-based lenders that are there to assist with every step of the application and provide additional support services. The Small Business Flex Fund helps small businesses and small nonprofits bounce back stronger than ever. It features 60 or 72-month repayment terms, 4% interest rates for small business, and 3% interest rates for nonprofits. It has low interest rates, borrow up to $150,000, 3 to 4% interest rates, no fees and interest-only payments for the first year, 60-month loan terms. Applying is simple. Organizations must have fewer than 50 employees, an annual revenue of less than $3 million, and experience a direct economic hardship due to COVID-19. The loan use is flexible. Use it for payroll, utilities and rent, marketing and advertising, building improvements or repairs, and other business expenses. The Small Business Flex Fund is truly a small business friendly loan and is different from the other COVID-19 recovery programs. Different than PPP and other COVID-19 recovery programs, the Small Business Flex Fund is a public-private partnership and began with the $30 million contribution from the Washington State Department of Commerce. With the aim to reach $100 million for small business lending, an additional $5.5 million was raised in 2021 from Heritage Bank, JP Morgan Chase, Umpqua Bank, and Washington Federal Bank. This brought the Flex Fund's total to $85.5 million. The Small Business Flex Fund is different from other COVID-19 recovery programs because of its network of nonprofit community-based lenders that have decades of experience helping Washington small businesses and nonprofits thrive. Through every step of the loan process, these community lenders are there to assist with the application and create connections to business support services in your community. These community lenders include Ascendus, Business Impact Northwest, Craft 3, Evergreen Business Capital, and National Development Council. Small Business Flex Fund is not associated with the Federal Paycheck Protection Program or any other SBA program. The borrower will need to pay back the full amount of the loan with interest over a 5-year term. The Small Business Flex Fund is not a forgivable loan. The Small Business Flex Fund, developed in response to COVID-19, is designed to get financial support into the hands of Washington's smallest businesses and nonprofits. We hope this presentation was informative and will help your business recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. AHANA's technical support team is available to assist you in applying for the Flex Fund. Reach us through our website, www.ahana-meba.org, or email ahana@ahana-meba.org, or call us at 509-900-6981. Thank you for viewing our presentation, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Okay, can y'all hear me okay? Yeah, okay. I know that's not the most thrilling video in the world, but there is a lot of good information, so I just wanted to put it in there. I'm a visual person, so I like to see, just it written out, and in a video is sometimes helpful, even though it is a little bit dry. Okay, another few resources here. This is a really great tool that Douglas, I'm sure most of you know Douglas, actually presented to us a while ago, but I wanted to bring it back. This is to help you create your business plan. It's free. If you go here to this link, it's really great. It kind of walks you through step by step, creating a business plan, a feasibility plan. I know that you all do this within ventures, but this is a great place to start if you're starting a startup or you have a business and you need to rewrite your business plan and you don't know where to start. There's a ton of information, right? So this is a good place to start. And I just wanted to throw this link back in this presentation for you all so you have this. They have a ton of great resources at this website as well. So just a website to keep your eye on. If you are someone like me who doesn't enjoy writing long papers and all of that, this is a great place to have bullet points, things like that, to get started and just have some sort of guideline. And the links, all of these links, when I send this out, are clickable. So you can just click right here, it'll take you right to the website. Okay, I want to talk about our coaching team. So one thing we've been noticing a lot is our ventures clients don't realize, if you're a ventures client, that we have a whole pool of coaches that are available to you. So I just wanted to share who some of our coaches are. Myra Gomez has been with us forever. She's an angel. She's so smart, incredible resource. She's our credit building manager. So if you have any credit questions, same with Marty. Marty is amazing, works in finance. If you have questions about finance, credit, plans with your money, how to manage your money within your business, these are great people to contact. These are free coaching sessions. All you have to do is shoot them an email, say, hey, I really would like to have a coaching session. Do you have availability? They'll probably send over their calendar. You just click a time and then you all sit down and work together. And it's free, which is awesome. It's really great information. They're so helpful and you can just continue working with them. Yeah, Myra and Marty are astounding. Joey is our food business and incubation specialist. He's the sweetest. He's so easy to work with, so knowledgeable. If you have a food business, highly recommend reaching out to Joey. He knows about all things food, all things restaurant related. He's helped so many of our clients. Just a phenomenal person to work with. And really, I think people don't know Joey exists sometimes. So I'm always like, reach out to Joey. If you have restaurants questions, he's the person you want to reach out to and get in contact with. Pam, also amazing. I know most of you know we have a store in Pikes Place Market, Ventures Marketplace. If you don't know that, it's the best. I used to work there. Pam runs an incubation program throughout Ventures Marketplace. So if you're an artist, if you make goods, things that you sell, Pam is really someone you should get in contact with. She can help you get your things into the store, help you with things like retail, marketing, all sorts of stuff. And Pam has been with Ventures for a long time. She's a great resource. And it's really amazing to see our clients' products in the store. The store is like right in the middle of Pikes Place Market. There's a lot of traffic that goes through there. A lot of clients that are already in there get a lot of other opportunities from being in the market. We have people come in and see products and then they want to show their products at other places, right? So just a really good resource to have. If you are selling things, you should reach out to Pam. Anna's great. Anna's somewhat new to our team, but works in all things service. So if you have questions about anything service, you can go ahead and reach out to Anna. And I know, Mary, did you hop in here? Hi, did I say that right? Do you?
Yeah, you said it right. Hi, everybody.
Okay, you all can't see Mary, huh? Can you?
No, we can.
Okay, good. Why did I think you couldn't? Well, Mary, it's nice to meet you. I don't think I've ever seen you in person yet.
No, not yet. I look
yeah.
forward to meeting you
Yeah,
too.
same.
And it's nice to meet you this week. Hi, everybody. I joined Ventures. Monday was my first day, and I'm still sort of getting down the ropes, but I was a Ventures client for 8 years and really believe in the mission, and I'm really excited to support folks getting their own businesses started or wherever they are along the journey. Hi, Rochelle. Also, I love Rochelle. Her daughter and I went to college together. No big deal. But
really? The world is so small. Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yeah. So
Nice to see you, Mary.
nice to see you, dear. Anyway, thanks, y'all. I'm excited to be here.
Yay, Mary. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Okay,
Mhm.
well, no, Mary's available too. So we have this vast pool of coaches that we want people to utilize. We want you all to reach out to these people. Most of you, if you've gone through our business basics program, probably know Nikesha and Lynette. These are going to be the two that you probably talk to the most. They're going to help you kind of right out of the gate from the business basics program to get you started, next steps, all of those things. They are probably our most busiest coaches that we have, just because they're really working with clients right out of the course. So always reach out to them. They might have more of a limited schedule, but they're always open to taking on more clients. And they've worked with so many of our clients that they really know what they're doing. Yeah, just a great resource to have. And all of these folks, soon, it's coming soon. We're creating just a reference page of all of our coaches that will show what they do, their title, and just a short bio about them. We're waiting on bios from folks. So we want to get everything updated and know that you guys are able to reach out to these people at any time and set up a meeting. And then there's me. So if you all have questions about resources, if you need help with funding, if you're stuck with something within your business and you need some guidance, finding external resources, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to sit down one-on-one, find resources that work best for you. I love it. And I love to meet with clients one-on-one, hear more about your business, what you're doing, and what kind of needs you have. And here's a cute photo of all of us at our retreat. Okay. So here, I wanted to get some feedback if you all are okay with this. Moving forward with Resource Roundup, I want to make sure we're covering all the things that you need. So here's some questions that I've just posed. Where can we do better? What things are you struggling with within your business? Would you like to connect more with small business owners? Does anyone have any feedback or thoughts pertaining to this? Are there things you want to see within Resource Roundup that you haven't really seen yet? Feel free to unmute yourself, talk away. Or I can keep talking, no worries. I do know, so I don't think anyone in here, I'm surprised Bill is in here, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I have something, I'm not sure if it's the right, if the resource roundup is the right place for it, but the thing that I keep thinking over and over again that I would like help with is organizing my computer, because my computer is just super messed up. I mean, what I mean is chaotic, but and so it's like when I'm trying to find a photograph that I need to send out, or if I'm trying to find this or that, it takes me so long to find it. And so I'm just thinking like it would be cool. I don't know if that's something that I keep suggesting, that kind of idea of like organizing your business on how to organize it on the computer. But that personally for me, that I would like that.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And you're not the first person to say that. So yeah, that's totally, and this is great feedback to know that those things are needed. And I'll definitely write that down, and we can definitely do that 100%. It's important to keep organized. I'm someone who struggles with that as well. You know, I'll find something and then I'll put it over here and then it's in a different folder or whatever. But it looks like Jane, you said, yeah.
Or there's like a whole bunch of the same thing.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. Or you have like edited things and then you like rename it. It's like edit 1, edit 2. It's a mess. Okay, that's great. Any other feedback from you all? I love that idea. I'm gonna check the chat. A session devoted to food service? Yeah. Joey is actually March 31st. Joey is coming into Resource Roundup and is gonna do a session on food service. So you'll see an email from me a week prior that will talk a little bit about Joey and what he'll talk about. Also reach out to him if you have questions.
Shanna, I'm curious specifically what kind of resources you're looking for. If you don't know, it's okay also, but if there's specific things you're missing or wanting to see in the resource roundup around food.
Yes, yeah, I can say specifically. So I have, just something general about a lot of the licensing, and I actually have reached out to Joey, and I don't know what happened. I think I have a really busy business. I have a personal chef business, and I probably just got busy. And like, for instance, a question I've been trying to address is, you know, all the is on where my house is at. I have a fairly large piece of property. So I've been trying to research King County's regulations and building like a garage type unit and getting it certified as a commercial kitchen. And, you know, it's just, you know, if you know about the food industry, the licensing is crazy. It's just it's hard. It's like hard. You're always finding out you need another license or you didn't do something quite right. So I have a class 3 catering license, but my questions, I guess, are specifically around commissary kitchens, how to like outbuild your own, how you get, what's the approval process. I mean, I know a little bit of it, but I personally I start reading the material and I just start to get frustrated because it's so confusing.
Yeah, 100%. That's great to know. And I don't know if this would be helpful for you, but I can connect you and Joey in another email or let Joey know that you're interested. Also, you could, Myra and Marty might be a good person as well to talk to. And they know about leasing and all of these things because they do help a lot of brick and mortar food businesses kind of get started.
I did just take sorry to jump in. I did just take the commercial leasing class.
Yeah.
And so something happened with the last session, so we didn't do that on Wednesday, and it has been really great. I hesitate to get into a commercial lease until I fully understand it, because even though my rent just went up 18%, which is crazy, yes, because yeah, so it's just like, you know, like rental for kitchens is extremely expensive.
Right.
And but still having your own commissary is extremely expensive. So you know what I mean? Like that's why I'm just doing a lot of research right now.
Yeah.
You can connect me with Joey if you want. I feel pretty confident to reach out myself though. Like I'm pretty busy, so I know my schedule.
Yeah, I mean, life happens and it's so busy, but this is great feedback because Joey will be in Resource Roundup at the end of the month. And this is a topic I can bring up with him to bring to the table for Resource Roundup.
Yeah, and if you guys, maybe you're continuing to look into more resources. I know you partnered with Seattle Commissary. That really wasn't a great savings for me personally. I think if I had just been starting out, it could have been a good resource, but at one point Ventures actually had more of an actual commissary, I think. So I don't know what you guys are thinking about doing, and I also understand you know, how expensive it is. It just might not be logistically, you know, possible. There's another, I think it's called, is it Flip that works with immigrants. They have a kitchen in South Seattle. I've been in touch with them as well at one point. So I don't really qualify for their criteria, but they're great. They have and they're also more incubation. So they have a great incubation spot. But I think it's something that all of the people who are trying to do food, we all struggle with this a lot just because of the prices. And, you know, to do it legally, a lot of people do it illegally. So, oh, here I see a text I'm gonna read.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you.
Yeah, of course. No, that's amazing feedback. This is really, really helpful. Jane, thank you for putting that in the chat.
And Chanda, just real quick, I'm gonna send you, I know them, but not really well. The folks at La Crespella they're at the Ballard Farmers Market, and they definitely built a commissary in their Ballard backyard. So they might be worth talking to because, and I don't know if it was already there or if they built it, but they had to have gone through that permitting process. So maybe we can figure out how to connect you guys just so you can ask some questions in like normal speak and not permitting speak.
Yeah, that would be a great resource, and we can totally connect you too. Supo, also just amazing to work with. I saw Jane in the chat. We love Supo. He is like contracts with ventures, but he's so easy to work with, just so smart. Highly recommend working with Supo if you have the chance. Yeah, he's great. Is there any other feedback? This is really helpful, so thank you. No one?
I just wanted to say that what you did at the beginning, like telling us about grants and loans and things like that, have been really, really helpful for me over the last couple of years. And I just wanted to say thank you for doing that and keep that up.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We want you all to know about these opportunities, especially when it's free money. You know, I think one of the things people run into is the process can be really frustrating. They don't make it easy, for sure. The websites are confusing. There's all sorts of stuff. But that's where we come in, right? We want to make sure you aren't getting, turned off by these opportunities because they're difficult. I've even sat with clients and gone through the whole application with them together, and I'm more than happy to do that. Even for moral support, like if you have it, but you just want me there to like make sure you're good and you're doing the right stuff, I'm totally up for that. But I'm glad, that makes me happy. Just gonna check the chat really quick. Shonda, yeah, I can send you Supo's email for sure. Okay, anything else before we move on? And you can always throw extra questions in the chat. Okay, so Jarrett's here today. Jarrett is amazing and is going to be talking a little bit about the loan process with inventors, maybe some helpful things. And yeah, Jarrett, you want to take it away?
Okay, great. Thank you, Chelsea. Yeah, hi, everybody. My name is Jarrett Arakaki. I am the capital specialist at Ventures. And one of my main responsibilities is with loan applications. So helping people get started with loan applications, helping people throughout the application process. So this ties in very well to what Chelsea was talking about how application processes can be very daunting, not very transparent. So I'm hoping today I can make that a little more approachable so that if you're interested in loans, you kind of have an idea of what you're in for and what will be asked and why. So the loan I'm going to be talking about today, we have a couple different loan products, but I'm going to be talking about our business builder loan, which is our most straightforward standard business loan. We offer business builder loans up to $50,000 at 7.25% interest rate, but that can be lowered if you pay off a loan and get another one. We lower the interest rate by 0.25% each time. And the purpose of this loan is to provide capital to scale up your business. Pretty straightforward. We accept applications at 365 days throughout the year. So at any time you're ready for it, you can begin an application. And our average loan size for this is $3,500. So we have up to $50,000, and we do $50,000 loans. Our first one we ever did was to Miri. So we do those. but they're less common. Oftentimes people start with a much smaller dollar amount and maybe they pay that one off and apply for a larger one, or just do a smaller one. So any size is fine with us, if it's whatever is most appropriate for your business. So I'm going to show you two things today. The first one is our online loan application. So I'm going to go through what it looks like from your side as an applicant, and kind of step by step what we asked for. And then the second thing I'm going to show is our underwriting spreadsheet. So that the process is, when you apply for a loan, me and the other Ventures staff members, we take what you send us and we put it into this big spreadsheet. We kind of package it up into a more digestible form. And then we present that underwriting spreadsheet to either our executive director for smaller loans, or our loan committee for larger loans, and they're the ones who make the approval decision. So by showing the application and then the underwriting, I'm hoping to kind of show the whole process about, where everything is going and why we ask for different things. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. Can you all see this website? Awesome. So this is LenderFit, and LenderFit is the website that we use for loan applications. So you can upload things, submit forms on your side when you create a LenderFit account, and then I can see it on my side, which is very, very cool. So this is what it looks like if you start a loan application for any amount of money. So if I created a test application here, if I were a client for $6,000, so this is what it would be like. On the left here is the checklist of all the different items that you need to submit for the loan application. So I appreciate that this looks like a long list of things, and it does take some time to complete. This is not a super fast application. However, a couple things I'll point out is that some of these items are really fast, like you can do them in a couple minutes, so you can really knock out a bunch of them pretty quickly. And then some of them that are more, take more time, such as maybe like a profit and loss statement. We have that wonderful group of coaches that Chelsea just talked about. In particular, Myra is someone who we usually have loan applicants work with, who can help assist you in creating these documents. So you're not doing this all by yourself if you don't want to. So yeah, I'm just going to go through each one pretty quickly. Our loan requirements, this is a form just to make sure that you fit our basic loan requirements, that you've taken our business basis course, you're 18, etc. You sign it super fast. That's the first one. These are very basic questions, these two about yourself and your business. So like, this is my made up business. If in case I knew how to make sushi, that was what I would do. So, ask for your legal structure, your contact info, your address, very basic things here as well. We ask for a photo of your ID. Most people do a driver's license. We ask for a copy of your Washington State business license. This depends on your legal structure. So if you're like an LLC, we'll ask for your articles of organization. If you're a corporation, your articles of incorporation. So different formation documents based on what kind of business entity you are. Again, if you have questions about this can be very confusing. So we have coaching. This is a credit authorization, which you sign, which gives Ventures permission to pull your credit report. Something I'll definitely want to touch on is that unlike other banks or even CDFIs, we don't have a minimum credit score you need to apply for a loan. We don't make our approval decisions solely on credit score. It is one factor that we look at when deciding whether to approve a loan or not, but it's by no means the only thing that matters. We've given loans to entrepreneurs with lower credit scores. So don't be scared off if your credit score is not as high as you'd like it to be. That definitely is not the only thing that we look at. Also, Myra can work with you on your credit score. So after we pull a credit report, we can set up a meeting between you and Myra. You can go over your credit report and create a long-term plan for improving your credit score. And that's been super successful for businesses in the past. And then here we have a quick form just asking if you own the whole business or if you have a business partner. So that's the first phase, pretty basic eligibility stuff. The second phase here is the more of the detailed financials that we use to kind of really dig deep into your loan and your business. So this is a sources and uses form. So we ask you what you want to spend these loan funds on if you were approved. So for my fake sushi bar here, I'm applying for a $6,000 loan, and I might say, you know, I want to buy a new refrigerator, right? That's $4,000 there. It's for equipment purchase, and I can type, you know, refrigerator. I want to spend the other 2,000 on fees and licenses, right? So you can kind of show ventures and kind of tell your story of which what you want to spend this money on, which can help scale up your business. So why do you want to get this loan? Business summary, we just want to hear a very quick summary about what your business is, what you sell, what your experience is, if you have a storefront, where that is. It can be a couple paragraphs. It's pretty straightforward. We asked for 2 years of your tax returns, and the reason for this is because we want to see where your business has been in the past from your business tax returns. So we want to see how much you've sold and what your expenses are. So we kind of have a baseline level of knowledge of your historical business sales, and we can kind of see a growth pattern and kind of just to give us context about where your business has been. We asked for 3 months of personal and business bank statements, and the reason why we do this is that we can take into account when evaluating your loan other income other than just from your business. So what I mean by that is we understand that for a lot of small business entrepreneurs, your personal financials and your business financials can be quite like intermingled. So even if you might have other income coming in from your personal bank accounts, such as maybe another wage job, under the table stuff that's not on your tax return, and we can count that in order to strengthen your loan application for your ability to repay a loan. So if you have other income coming in, that can help you repay that loan, even if it's not formally part of your business income, if that makes sense. And that's the same thing about here. We're trying to ask, you know, where is money coming in that we can use to kind of advocate for the approval of this loan, other than just from your business. We asked about your household budget. So this is just to give us an idea of your yearly expenses. Again, trying to evaluate your capacity to repay this loan. This asked about dependents, bankruptcies, kind of boring stuff. We want to know what business debts you have, just again to get a better idea of your financial situation. And then the last two are the profit and loss statement. We use this in tandem with your tax returns to understand where your business has been in the last couple of years to see where you're at. And then the sales projection, we ask you to project in 12 months going out where you hope your business will be, given natural growth, given the money you can get from this loan and other factors. These two can take some time. So these are oftentimes places where people ask for coaching to assist in completing these. So that was a lot, but that's our whole loan application. So again, the two things I'll say to reassure you about if it looks intimidating is that some of these items are really quick, very painless. And we have coaching available for the more complicated ones. So you're definitely not, don't need to do all this by yourself. Yeah, so before I move on to our underwriting, does anybody have any questions about anything I just talked about?
Good job, Jarrett. That was super helpful.
I do.
Yeah.
So this is probably not, this might be another thing to think about bringing in for this, and I could also talk to a coach, but just because of my temperament, I think the idea of projecting sales, like being able, it's like that seems like something that you would go to an astrologer for or something, you know, it's like I cannot in my mind fathom what the future will bring. So that's something that I think would be cool to maybe have somebody give a talk on sometime. Okay,
cool. Yeah, Chelsea, that's a good idea. So yeah. I'm not the person for that. I'm not a financial or entrepreneur expert. I can help with the application stuff, but our other coaches, Miri and then Myra and Marty, I think primarily are super good at this kind of stuff, and they have a lot of experience and can really help walk through that, because I agree with you. I have no idea if I had my fake sushi bar, how I would project what I would be doing next year. That sounds like a very difficult task.
Yeah, and I mean, you can always just start by just at 20%. Like you can look at what you did, especially you, Rochelle, because you have quite a few years of history now of like, you know, and maybe you don't have it like well documented, yes or no, but you have a sense of what you have done in the past. So you can be like, okay, well, from year to year, it grows, like sometimes it grows 30%, and then sometimes it grows 10%. So the average of that is 20. So I'll just say for my projections that it'll grow 20%. And it's not like someone is going to go back at the end of the year and be like, Rochelle, your projections, they were wrong. You know, it's really just sort of like to get a gauge of what you would like to use the loan for, move, you know, and like how it will help your business grow. Because it's called a business, what's it called? A
Business builder loan.
Builder loan. So yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions about the application or anything else? Okay, cool. So the second thing I was going to talk about is our underwriting spreadsheet. So as I said earlier, we ask you to submit all these documents, provide all this information, and then me and other coworkers, I take all of that and I bundle it up into this one single spreadsheet that is kind of gives the whole picture of your loan and is hopefully easy to understand for either our executive director or our loan committee when they actually are deciding, are we going to give this loan or not? So I'm going to share screen again and show you just a blank underwriting spreadsheet so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so we got a spreadsheet here, and I'm kind of just going to go through it and show where we get this info from. So the first one, sources and uses. This comes straight from that sources and uses form that I mentioned, where I was about to buy my refrigerator and my licenses. So this is what you want to spend that your loan funds on, and I put that right in here. This is your total loan amount and interest rate. Business overview, this comes straight from that little paragraph I asked about your overall business summary and your location and what you sell and that kind of stuff. We just put that in here to give an understanding of your business. This is your hours that you've spent in ventures participation. So in coaching, in your business basics course, or really anything else. The reason why we include this is because if some clients have had a lot of ventures experience, and this can speak highly of their their dedication, their connection with ventures can be a plus in their factor for approval. If you're a new client, this is not any kind of negative at all. This can just be something that sometimes maybe coaches will have previous experience with a client and can advocate for that. This section here, this comes from the credit report. That's why we ask for that authorization in order for us to pull a credit report. So we'll say the score here, write a brief analysis of the report, and then I'll list out all the open trades here and what the payments are. So that can kind of show the credit part. And then the business cash flow is the main section of the underwriting. This is the most important thing that determines the chances of approval, I'd say, most significantly. So we have, it's kind of like a profit and loss statement here where we have revenues, cost of goods, kind of more fixed costs here. And this top part is about the business. And we take the 2021 actuals from your tax returns that we asked you to submit, the 2022 actuals, which either from tax returns we have them or your profit and loss statement, the borrower projections, which we just talked about. So this is the ones that you submit about your projections for the next 12 months. We put that here. And then we, myself, Miri, and other people on the capital team, we take a look at all of that, and we create ventures projections, which are generally slightly more conservative than the borrower projections, but are kind of what we think is realistic for the next 12 months. So this is to give a picture, again, of the historical ones, where the borrower thinks we can go in the next 12 months, and where ventures thinks we can go in the next 12 months. Here and then we also include any business debts you have, and then this is the proposed business debt is what we're going to add if this loan was approved. Because if this loan is approved, you'll have stop it. I don't know what that means. Okay, if the loan is approved, you'll be making monthly payments, so that will add a little bit of debt to your business cash flow. So that's something we have to take into account. Down here is the personal stuff. So as I mentioned earlier, we can look at your distributions or your owner's draw. any wages you might have from an outside business that you bring in, and any other personal income that can be under the table or not reported on your tax returns. This can all go toward making a stronger case for your loan. This, your rent and your living expenses, this comes from that household budget form I mentioned, so we can know how much money you're spending on personal expenses per year. And then this personal debt service comes from your credit report. What are your credit card, car, any kind of other debts you pay on a monthly basis. So we got the business part here, we have the personal part here, and we put these together to create what we call a global debt service coverage ratio. I don't want to get too far into the weeds right now, but the idea is we're comparing how much money you're bringing in from your business and personal to how much money you're spending on business and personal, and we use that to evaluate whether we think you can repay this loan. So the higher that number is, the better, because that means you're bringing in a lot more money than you're spending, so you'll be able to pay off this loan. If it's lower, that's a little bit more challenging. So that is why we ask for all this information. We kind of just plug it all into these 4 columns, and pops out a matching number at the bottom that we look at. And then we make some notes on it. We do a quick strengths and weaknesses summary, and make it look pretty, and then present it to our approving authority. So yeah, so again, this is something that Ventures team does, so you'll probably never have to see this write-up, but I just want to give some transparency. So if you're ever you're filling out this application, you're like, why are they asking me this? Hopefully this kind of helped connect the dots a little bit, so you can see, oh, they asked for this because they're putting this into their underwriting spreadsheet, which is used in this way. So that was, again, a lot of information, a lot of talking. So does anybody have any questions on anything that we've talked about today?
I do again.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that loan that you were just discussing, the Ventures loan,
Yeah.
compared that to like the business builder loan, is one of them easier to get than the other?
So the business builder loan is our Ventures loan. That is,
Oh, it's the same one. So
yeah,
there was
same one.
another one that was earlier that
Yeah, the Flex Fund loan.
yes.
Yes. So very good question. They're kind of intended for slightly different groups of people. So the Washington Flex Fund loan can be up to $150,000. Our Ventures, we can only go to $50,000. So if you need more than $50,000, you're gonna have to go to Flex Fund because we can only do $50,000. The Flex Fund can give you a slightly lower interest rate. They're at like 4%. We start at 7.25%, but that can come down, as I mentioned, if you pay off successful loans. So if you're looking for interest rate, they're a little bit lower. So I'd say those are the pros of the Flex Fund loan. The pros of the Ventures loan is that we can give you more personalized coaching. We know you as an entrepreneur. We have dedicated coaches who can spend a lot of time going through each of these with you, when the Flex Fund is a much bigger organization where they can't give you that one-on-one attention. I would also say that if your loan is approved, in the making the payments, we're a lot more flexible than the Flex Fund loan is. If people have unusual circumstances that happen to them or their business, we can try to adjust your payments, work something out with you to make sure we have a plan in place that works for you. So say some businesses, they do super well in the summer, but not much business in the winter. We can pause payments for a few months in the winter and then make larger payments in the summer so that it makes more sense for your business. We can do creative things like that because we're a smaller organization that's more personal, when the Flex Fund, I think, would be harder to get something like that. Did I miss anything, Chelsea? Does that sound about right?
No, that was a great answer. Yeah, like Jarrett said, within Ventures, you're going to have a lot more one-on-one time. You're going to have that coaching available to you. The Flex Fund is such a big thing that it sometimes is even hard to get a hold of someone if you have questions. So there's pros and cons to both, right? But yeah, Jarrett, you did perfect describing both.
I also, maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but I also feel like Ventures is more likely to take in like factors that aren't just what's on paper. Like Jarrett was referencing the credit score, or sometimes a business owner has a much lower personal income because so many of the things from their life are just paid through the business. Like my phone bill has been paid by my business for you know, the last 5 years. So I don't give myself that extra $300. So that's not reflected in my personal income. Things like that, that maybe a more traditional loan won't be able to take into account.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
I totally agree. It's a really good point. Something to think about for sure. And yeah, our coaches are always available to you. So just a lot more support you're going to get through Ventures rather than something like the Flex Fund loan. Are there any other questions? We like sprinted through a resource roundup. It's already 2:00. Anything else before we sign off? Questions, concerns, comments? Okay. You guys are awesome. Jarrett, thank you so much. That was super helpful, really informative. You did a great job.
Yeah,
I
thank you
will
for having me.
send an email to every single one of you with all this information. I'll include links in the email too, just in case they're not clicking in the presentation. I'll put them separately in the email. And my virtual door is always open. If you have questions, please call me, please email me. I'm always here and I'd love to support you all in any way that I can. Okay, 2:00. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, y'all. Have
Bye.
a great weekend.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.